All right, back on Sports Bit, Paulie and Teddy. Time for a big game breakdown, as always, live odds. Sportsbookreview.com. One college game, Monday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, the Miami Beach Bowl. Central Michigan against Tulsa. Tulsa 12.5, 70 the total. They bring a fast-paced offense under Montgomery, but with a twist this time. Evans threw for 3,000 yards and 27 touchdowns, but that wasn't the key. They ran the ball. They were dynamite running the ball in Tulsa, Teddy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a really balanced spread offense. James Flanders, more than 1,500 yards on the ground, 6.3 yards per carry, 17 touchdowns. D'Angelo Brewer not far behind in any of those categories. But with Dane Evans spreading the ball to the wideouts and Flanders and Brewer eating up yards on the ground, this has been a really tough offense to stop. And the pace that they play, click, 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 they're going to be pushing Central Michigan tempo-wise, you would expect, from start to finish. Tulsa was a lot of fun to watch offensively this season.
Well, this is interesting, and this is where you have Central Michigan, where it's freezing, and they've been practicing nonstop and almost a month off. Now you got to go to Miami, where it's going to be warm.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you talk about kids from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, I used to live not that far from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. All right, this time of year, it's cold, it's nasty, everybody's miserable. You get a chance to go down to Florida, that's a distraction. You get a chance for a team that's not necessarily in bowls every year to go down to Florida, that's a distraction. And when all of a sudden it's going to be looking like a warm afternoon. Remember, this is a daytime game. It's 2:30 Eastern time kickoff.
Yeah, right.
So on a warm afternoon in Miami, you wonder about that defense starting to fade down the stretch of that ballgame. Wasn't a great defense to begin with. And facing an offense like this, they haven't seen a whole lot like Tulsa this season when it comes to skill position, talent, and speed. I worry about the Chippewas' ability to get stops in this ballgame.
I think they can move the ball. It's a weak Tulsa defense, and you saw what Central Michigan did at Okie State, getting the win, moving the ball there, although it was a Hail Mary, but fluke win. But still, I think they can dink and dunk and move the ball too, and maybe yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I agree with you. I like Cooper Rush. I like the senior quarterback for Central Michigan, no question. But Rush lost his best downfield weapon fairly early. It was after the win at Oklahoma State. I mean, that win was, let's be honest, it was fraudulent in the sense that they were outplayed and they kind of rallied from behind late and got a fifth down that they weren't supposed to get, or an extra down that they weren't supposed to get to actually win on the Hail Mary. But they weren't the better team start to finish in that ballgame, but Rush doesn't have a lot of downfield targets. So when you talk about what Central's game plan is going to be, probably the opposite of what Tulsa wants to do. Tulsa wants to push the pace at every opportunity. Central wants to dink and dunk and slow it down and keep their defense off the field.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Go to sbrodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.